So the DIY I was going to show you today was a big fat fail. So instead, I thought we could talk a little bit about how to start a room design. Hey guys, it's Brianna with Bloom in the Black, and this week we're going to talk about how to start a room design. So we're not going to be talking about design theory or layout structures or anything like that. I mean, like when the room is just like a little baby twinkle in your eye, where do you start? What are the things you ask yourself? So I start with these 3 questions, or not questions. Let me think about this. First things first, how do I want to feel when I walk into the room? This is really important because this is going to inform things that have nothing to do with trends, what's available on the store shelves. This has everything to do about how you want to feel when you are in your home. In every room, you're going to want a different feeling. For example, when I was designing my home office a couple years ago, I wanted the room to feel inspiring. I wanted to feel focused when I walked into that room, and I wanted to feel energized. That's very different than when I was designing this room, our master bedroom. Great acoustics. So when I would walk into this bedroom, how do I want to feel? I want to feel enveloped, cozy, restful, quiet. Those are very different feelings than from any other room in this house. So that's where I would start. How do you want to feel when you walk into your room? So question 2, how do you want or need your room to function? So that's, again, going to be very different depending on the room that you are working on. So, I could go back to the office example. I think it's kind of obvious what I wanted the office to function as, so maybe not that one. Let's take, for example, if you have a living room. And for some people, a living room needs to be a place to watch movies and be as a family. Whereas somebody else might want their living room to not be focused on TV at all, and they want to invite their friends over to play board games and have a few drinks. Very different functions for different families and different people. So think about not how the traditional use of a room is going to be. Think about how you need the space to function. We turned our dining room, we didn't need a dining room, so we turned it into a library. And that's where we sit and play games, and the adults have some drinks. But it's very, so another family might want that formal dining room because family dinners are important to them. I have picky eaters. Family dinners are just a survival game in this house. So it's a little different for us. So function, how do you want it to function for you, for your family? And finally, 3 is not a question. It is a task, really. Find an inspiration point that you're going to pivot everything off of. So that could be any number of things. It could be something big, like a favorite couch. Like you have to make this couch work. I would suggest finding something maybe a little more inspiring, like a piece of art, a feature in the room that you'd really like to see incorporated, a cool rug, awesome fabric. So for this master bedroom, I found a piece of art at a yard sale, and it was actually kind of ugly. But there was this like small corner of it that I thought was really awesome. So I did like a high resolution scan, and I just kind of clipped that one edge, and I used that piece of art as the jumping off point. And it had the cozy, moody, it's such a mood, and it has all these great colors that I jumped off from. So having some inspiration point to jump off from. is a really great start. And this is what we talked about a little bit in the how to choose a color palette video. If I can figure out YouTube, I'll include the video here. So that's a good place to start for your color palette, but also for something to keep harkening back to when you're like in the middle of the room design and things are feeling out of control and you're like, bring it back to that piece. Bring it back to the feeling, bring it back to the function. This is just all going to lay the foundation for your room design. So, how do you want the room to feel? How do you want the room to function? And what piece, what special piece or feature is going to be your inspiration point? That's it. Now you're ready to start. I hope that you found this video to be helpful and informative. And anyway, if you want more like it, please consider subscribing and liking. And I guess I'll just see you next week. Bye.